Everyone, good evening. I am Chris Cahill, and I am coming to you live with another episode of Psychic Everyday Radio. And I'm coming to you from skidrowstudios.com in downtown Los Angeles. Skidrow Studios, we are real radio on the internet, people. I'm happy to be back. It's my first show in March. Tonight is March 5th, 2014. And a couple points of technical interest here. First of all, if you're on listening to skidrowstudios.com at our website, you're already here. Welcome. You can also watch the video. We have a live video button, and go ahead and if you want to watch me during the show as well as listen, go on and click on that button, and that video should come right up for you. We also are available on Stitcher.com. If you are working from a cell phone, if you're listening on a handheld device of some kind. So just all that to make your life easier. And also letting you know that this show and all the other shows at Skidrow Studios are available in iTunes too as free podcasts. So you can also find my show on iTunes as a free downloadable podcast. So there, welcome. It's so nice to be back here. Nice to see you. I also want to say hi to Mindy. Mindy is back in the booth this week. Hello, Mindy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good. It's nice to see you again.
Oh, thanks.
I understand you have a show tomorrow night. Is that true?
Oh, I do. At Universal Bar and Grill in Universal City, California.
Right on. What time?
I believe the show starts at 8 and they serve food. We go on at 10.
Fantastic. What's the name of the band?
Dangerously Sleazy.
They're a great band.
Oh, thank you.
I saw that on Facebook today, so I'm like, I'm gonna give Mindy a plug. I want her to talk about her show.
Yeah, if you're in LA, come check it out, people.
Fantastic. Because isn't South by Southwest happening?
Yeah, that's about a week and a half from now. About a week from now, I think.
Right on. So there'll be lots of musicians wandering about.
Yes.
We already have a lot of musicians wandering about LA, as well as a lot of others. So, well, thanks, Mindy.
You're welcome.
Good to see you.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to mention that this week, seeing as it's March, and actually spring is just around the corner, I am very excited about that. And I'm sure those of you in the Midwest and back east, which is anywhere, back east is anywhere that's east of where I live right now, pretty much. And all of you back east are probably pretty happy about the spring coming too. And I really wish that you all are, I'm hoping for you all that the vibration of winter changes soon into one of a beautiful, wonderful, balmy, happy spring. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Not about spring and about your winter, but about creating a new vibration. Tonight's show is called New Vibrations. And I'm going to go into what new vibrations, what do I mean by that? And how do you work with your own energy, your own vibration? And how do you create your new vibration or step into it? I will be taking callers during the show. I'll be giving a few readings and I'll be looking specifically at what is the new vibration it looks like you are moving into. So if you're calling to get a reading on that, that's what I'm giving tonight. The number here is 1-800-893-9562. So let me just get into this a little bit. Let's see. First of all, Psychic Everyday Radio, my radio show, and also all the work I do, I'm always looking at energy, at the vibration. At what is the vibration or the energy or the spirit of whatever is happening right now or whatever it is I'm trying to create for myself. What is the vibration on Earth? What's the vibration in your body? What's the energy? And everybody has a vibration. You hear me talk about this stuff all the time. Everybody's got their own energy, their own way of running their energy. And when you are conscious about what kind of energy you have within you and what kind of vibration you're running at for yourself, then you're creating the vibration you want. You might be deciding to match to something that is really where you want to be going right now. One thing I've been noticing with a lot of my clients and my students and just different people I work with every day in my work is that a lot of people look to me like they're right in between vibrations. So people are stepping out of the old. There's like an old thing that they're still working their way out of or they're just stepping out of. And sometimes it can be a little bit of a shock to finish with that, or it can be you just feel exhausted. Like I'm so done with that old way of having my energy. And you may not have the new pictures yet of how you want your energy to be moving forward. So what I see is people are looking a lot to me like a sandwich a lot of the time. I've actually seen this for a few people just in the past few days. Literally that picture, like they're kind of an energy sandwich. They're in between what they're coming from, the old. And the old isn't necessarily bad. It's just simply they're done with it. And it can also be that they're moving out of an old difficulty or negativity or all of the intensity of all the growth that we have just been grinding away at for a few years. And especially in the past few months that I've been, maybe because I'm in present time with it, but it's just felt really deep to me and just really going there and clearing some deep stuff out. And that might be you. And a lot of it's emotional, a lot of deep emotional clearing and healing, and a lot of it's body. And, there's a combination. So I see people kind of in that in between sort of, they're the filler of the energy sandwich and what they're about to step into, and they're waiting for the time, or they're waiting for the right moment or to be ready for it. And it's really like, here's how I see it. It's like you, the spirit, you, the being in between what you're deciding to be done with and what you're getting ready to move into. And it's not that any of that is necessarily bad or wrong or good or, better. It's just that there's a consciousness that goes with it too. The more consciously you've been working on healing yourself and creating something new for yourself and deciding to go in that direction, the easier it's going to be for you to move into that next level. You'll be ready for it. So there. I've got a few people already lined up here for a call. There's one person, the first person I'm going to be talking to. You called before the show even started, so you're first. Can I talk to that you? Thank you, Mindy. Hi, you're live. Hello there. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, yes. Who is this?
This is Tatiana.
Tatiana, it's really difficult to hear you. Are you on speakerphone?
Yeah, hold on.
Can you get off that? Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Hi. Thanks you called me. You started calling in a few minutes before the show.
I did.
Wonderful.
I actually, I have seen you before. I came for a consultation with you before, like about a year ago.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you for reminding me of that, because I was going to ask you if you had seen me. That's great.
Yes, I have. So I was just calling tonight I guess I had a question to ask you, but I don't know if you'll be able to focus on that question. Just wanted to see if you're feeling any changes coming.
That's what I'm working on tonight. And I'm not working from a place of feeling the changes, although I certainly feel them for myself. When I give readings, I'm working them clairvoyantly. So I'm looking. So I'll be describing those pictures, but definitely. And let me just take a look at that. That's actually what the whole show is about, is the kind of the new vibration or new changes or new energy. And I'll take a look at where I see that happening for you in present time, just from what it looks like from, my clairvoyant pictures and perspective.
Uh-huh.
And the picture I see is you are still burying the past. There's still something you're putting away or completing, but it looks like you already finished with it. You already kind of buried it. And it's funny how I keep saying burying it. It's not like it's a person or necessarily a bad thing or difficult, but it looks like it's something old you're just done with. And it looks like you've been waiting for permission to step away from where you left it in order to embrace the new. So what I see is you're definitely in that energy in between thing. Like you're right in the middle of being, and you're still, I still see that actually that part of this is you're still kind of in the past and you're trying to move forward. And what I'm going to look at tonight too is, what does it look like? What is it that it looks like helps you to move forward? Because you do have another vibration you're getting ready to move into, but it looks like you've been holding on to a picture from the past. And the picture, here's what I see you holding. It's like you're holding this great big heart, but it's at black. It's a sadness, a sad heart. And I see you holding on to it and you're not sure what to do with it. You don't know that you have permission just to put it down. And I see this kind of a loyalty to it. There's sort of loyalty to the sad heart, but it's not that you're doing that consciously. It looks like it's more of you're not trying to do that. There's just simply, it looks like you're at a loss as to how do I let it go. And it looks to me like your next step with this, just a way that can help you let it go, is to, and I see this picture, like kiss the heart and put it down and walk away from it. It's not your heart you're leaving behind. It's the sadness and pain. And I see this picture of you sort of blessing it with your kiss, just sort of like saying, okay, I release you. I release you and I'm walking away. So what I see,
the sadness.
Yeah, the sadness. And what I see is that part of what you've been working on at a deep emotional level has been healing an emotional wound within you. And there's no solving it. There's no fixing it. There's only deciding to walk away from it, to let it go. It's not an unconsciousness. It's not resisting it. It's letting it go. So
Can
that's what I see.
One more question?
No, I have like a whole bunch of people lined up. Come back and see me again for a reading. When I do readings on my show, I just do really quick little mini readings because there's so many people calling. But thank you so much, Tatiana. Nice talking to you.
Right.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, everybody. I'm going to be reading a lot of stuff like that tonight, taking a look at what does it look like? What is the vibration that you're moving to? What are you changing? What is shifting for you? And it is just a wonderful thing. And I just have to say, if you've just joined me, if you're just checking in tonight, I'm Chris Cahill. You're listening to Psychic Everyday Radio at skidrowstudios.com. And we have live video going. So look for our live video button here on the site. And I am here doing a show all about the new vibrations. Really, it's as if we just turned a corner, even though it's been happening. It happened again, at the end of 2013. Many people were saying, and I felt this immediately, or I saw it too. Oh my gosh, we've just like completely moved into a whole different energy. And as soon as we left 2013 and we started 2014, it was just a complete shift. And the shifts have been happening for a very long time, but really getting more noticeable to a wider variety of people, or a wider number of people. And what's happened since February is there's been kind of another level of shifting. And not everybody's going to see it the same way, or feel it the same way, or experience it the same way. And I don't expect you to. You have your own experience. And that's one thing I do want to validate tonight, too. So we're talking about growth, and new energy, and new vibrations. And I do have another caller right now. Hello, you're live. Hello there.
Chris, it's Karen.
Why, hi, Karen. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the new vibration.
I love it. I always take notes when I call you, and I'm writing with a green pen. Green for growth, green for new, green for spring.
Well, and I'm glad you called for many reasons, but one thing I have in my notes here is I was going to say, and this is like back on page 7 of my notes or whatever, I have these little postcards that I write on, and they're really fun. Okay, so when we get into the part of the show where I start talking about resetting the energy, like how do you reset it? What are different helpful hints? And I'll be and for those of you listening, I'm not skipping ahead too much. I will go back and go over that. I have here number 4 under reset. Change your vibration with some tools. If you don't have a grounding cord yet, it's time to get one. And then I wrote, I'd love to hear from those of you that have been grounding. How is it helping you create a new vibration? So I'm asking you, and you don't have to go on. You can just give me a quick little, what are you noticing?
Well, I got a new job today thanks to grounding and clearing and creating.
You're getting 2 thumbs up from me on the video, woman. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. Good for you.
Yeah.
So you are in a new growth period. You are in a whole new vibration. Right on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy to hear it. Now, would you like a reading on your new vibration?
Would love it.
All right. Perfect. Let me just take a look at, and I'm just going to read, as you know, a quick little picture of where do I see you going with that, or what does it look like on some level. The picture I see is, oh God, this is funny. They often are. I mean, I always read, not just for you, but for a lot of people, I'm always amused by the pictures. But this picture is that when since you've really been changing your life and destroying old things and kind of stepping away from old unconscious programming and creating something new, You've been working a lot with some emotional energy, but I see it not as being like a deep pool or a lake or an ocean. I often see it as water. I see this as instead this waterfall that you've been standing under. Now, you know when you stand under a waterfall, like that's kind of cool in an area where you can not get hit by the water, but you can be behind the water and it's kind of splashy and it feels good and it smells really good. It looks like when you were trying to adjust to your new vibration, sometimes you didn't know where to stand and you'd get splashed more than you wanted to. And it was like kind of messy or it was not as comfortable. Sometimes it was kind of cool because it felt like an adventure. But I see that right now with the vibration you are working on and that the change you're having, you've developed a finesse with this. It's falling. It's where it is. Like the waterfall has a space and you have a space, if that makes any sense. It's just the picture. And you're standing sort of behind it, between it and the earth or the rock. You know, it's kind of like a cool cliff that you're next to. And it just feels good. It looks like you feel very grounded in that space. There's a protection. You can't, here's the other thing about that. You can't be seen outside the waterfall unless you decide to be. So there's this sort of, not hiding, it's more of a sheltering, kind of like having your own little private cove and just being in it. And there's something about how you're changing your vibration now that has to do with really making peace with that water, with that emotional depth and how sometimes it's just, you can't control a waterfall. You can work with it. You know, you can work around it. And I see that this has a lot to do with that. Like there's something with your new vibration and your emotional healing. And I'll bet you I'm going to be seeing quite a lot of that for different people. So it looks like that's a beautiful part of your new growth. It's not about being in your head. It's not about being in a picture. It's about there's an embracing of that emotional level inside of you. And it looks to me like it's just the beginning. So right on.
I love it.
It's very good.
I love it. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Karen. I appreciate your comment tonight, too. That was helpful. Have a good one.
Of course.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Continuing. If you've been noticing the energy shift in your life, your body, your work, your friendships, and more, then you're already aware of the vibrations happening, you know, the energetic vibrations, the energy, the shifting, the changing within yourself. And if you've been growing a lot recently, it can feel a little bit shaky sometimes, and it can feel really emotional, and it can feel really wonderful and just sort of, you know, like exhilarating. And it can also feel pretty intense and scary too, you know, especially when you're kind of caught in something that you're trying to move past in order to grow. So that's, you know, what I'm looking at is stepping into the new growth and being safe enough to have the new growth, the new vibration. And part of that is just letting go of what you've been holding on to. All right, I have another caller. Hello, you are live.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
This is Ashish.
Ashish, I recognized your voice. Nice to hear your voice. How are you?
Same here. I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Would you do you have any comment about tonight's show, or would you like a reading on your new vibration?
Yes, in fact, I have both. Comment, as always, it's always great to listen to you. I don't do it as often as earlier because now I'm in India. You know that.
Yes.
Yeah, and yes, I would like to know about my new vibration. Is there any change? Anything new happening, or you see anything new happening?
That's what I'll give you a reading on right now. The picture I see is there has been a change because your new change is not sudden. It's been coming on for some time. You've been working toward having a new, like another level of vibration for some time. But I see in the recent past, just like in the recent, maybe a few weeks or the month or whatever, there is this new level of energy. And here's the picture. It's at the back of your head and to above your head, kind of in your aura and in your space. But it looks like it's on that first layer of the aura, kind of having to do with your, the way I see it is it's about your knowingness about your survival. There's something about your knowingness about how you create survival or home or money or job or all the rest of it. And it looks like there's some movement or activity happening there in your spirit about that. There's something that's starting to vibrate or change or tingle on that level. Even if you don't see it happening yet in the world, the picture is it's already happening in your spirit. So what I see you've been working on, because you've been working on this for a while, and you've got a pretty clear mock-up about what you want. It looks like you're working at another level spiritually of having what you want in terms of where you live and your job and all the rest. This is definitely having to do with all that basic stuff, the first chakra stuff, but it's really, I see it in your aura. So you're working on it as a being. And that's the shift I see. And when I see you creating with that or working with it, it looks like you saying hello to that, just having a consciousness that you're already, even if you don't see results yet in everyday life, results don't come instantly. There are things to go through. But what I see is you're shifting an energetic vibration within you about this. And so that's where I see you growing. And it looks like it's going to take a little bit of patience on your part, but keep saying hello to that. Keep, if you're working with, for example, what we talked about before, I've talked about this with you, the grounding tool and things like that. Just work with that, with this idea, with this picture, this vibration in mind. Okay?
Okay. Yep. In fact, yes. A lot has been going on. A lot has changed, and a lot of changes are, in the pipeline. So
good.
Thanks for that thought. I'll do that.
Yeah, it's happening spiritually, so it looks good. So keep it going. You're already doing the work. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
And the change is for good, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm seeing them as definitely a good thing.
Okay. Wonderful.
Good luck to you, Ashish. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. All righty. All right. As you can see, and you see this if you listen to my show every week, or if you've been listening to my podcast. First of all, I thank you for that. But you can see that people around you are changing and growing. I had the opportunity yesterday. I was really honored to be invited to give readings at this wonderful birthday party for a whole group of women. And it was a very spiritual group of women, just really wonderful, beautiful people. And one of the women is, it was her birthday, and she and I know each other from a while back. I've given readings at parties of hers before, and she invited me, and I loved it because I could see everybody there just having such a brilliant level of growth. And so many people had been through so much, and they're still coming out of it. But it is changing. It's happening. So it's been intense, and it's, interesting, but you can create for yourself on that level. You can create your new vibration too. Now I have another caller. Hello, you are live.
Hi, this is Tara, and I have been to see you for a couple readings.
Oh, hi, Tara. Thank you for calling. It's so nice to hear your voice. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thanks.
Where are you?
Yourself?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from West Hollywood.
Oh, fantastic. I remember. Yeah. Yes, I do remember you.
Yes, you helped me, and in such an incredible way. I'm just a huge fan of yours, and the work you're doing is so important. So thank you again.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Lovely. Well, tell me about, do you have a comment about the new vibrations, or would you like a reading?
Let's see, comment. A reading would be great.
Fantastic. Let's just take a look at, what I'll take a look at is where I see you in terms of this question, new vibrations and new level of growth and just how all of that looks.
Sounds good to me.
There's a picture I see as I get started that, are you there?
I am.
Oh, okay, good. I heard a click and I wanted to make sure. I didn't know if we had lost each other, but anyway, this picture is there. You're not that you've been sitting in the dark, but the picture is, as you came out of the dark, you realized that you were sitting in a dark room and you just and this is kind of past time, you forgot to put on the lights. And so then you started realizing, oh, I'm putting on the lights. And you did. You put on your own lights, and and this is a while ago. But what I see in present time is you're changing the vibration of the light bulbs It's kind of cool. Like they were, you're just like, oh, I just need light in here. But now you're going for specific tones of light. And I see the light as being really your own vibration, your own energy. But it looks like you're playing more as a being with and you know what? Again, this goes to emotions. There's a level of you changing vibration within you as a being, but you're noticing how it's been affecting you on an emotional health level. Just feeling more emotionally healthy.
Yeah, you hit it on the head for sure.
Right on. Well, and the color I keep seeing is this really wild green. It's not like a wild green, but it's like a really true sort of bottle green. It's just a great color. It's a little lighter. It's not dark, but it has this incredible... Do you know the color of depression glass? Do you remember that stuff?
No.
It's something my grandmother used to collect, and it's a really cool green. It's also the color of... really close to the color of a peridot. You know what how those stones look?
I think I'll look them both up. So you said depression glass?
Yeah, depression glass. It's not depressing to look at. It's actually very cheerful. But
I like that.
But it's what they used to collect it during, or they made it during the Depression, I guess. I don't know, Depression era. But one of the Depression eras. But anyway, that's the color. It's more about the vibration than the depression. But it's funny that I would see it as depression glass because it's not you being depressed. It's you being in a very feeling much more calm and stable level of emotions. Yeah. And it looks good to me. And that's where I see you working. Now, the other question I have for you is, are you grounding? Because if you came to see me, I probably told you start grounding.
You did, and guess, was it yesterday or the day before? It was either yesterday or the day before I started listening to your grounding CD again, and
Good.
It helped me so much for a meeting I had to go to. And so I'm actually glad you mentioned that because I meant to thank you for that, and I forgot at the top of because I was trying to hurry. And but yeah, thank you so much. And so I started doing that again.
Well, that is wonderful. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, keep playing with it. Enjoy it, Sarah. And thank you so much for calling tonight.
Absolutely.
Nice to hear your voice. Okay, be well. Bye.
Okay, bye.
As you can hear, I am giving readings during tonight's show. I am Chris Cahill, and you're listening to Psychic Everyday Radio at skidrowstudios.com, real radio on the internet. And I'm doing a show about new vibrations. And I'll be giving some more readings to callers in just a few minutes. But I want to say this is my half hour, kind of past my half hour break, and I have a few things to say. Now, first of all, this show comes to you Wednesdays at 7 o'clock Pacific time. And whether I'm here live, which is most Wednesdays, or I have a pre-recorded show, there's a new show every week. And through March, there will be 4 new shows. Tonight's the first, and I'm working it's all about new growth in March. Next week, I'll be doing a show about prosperity, which is fantastic. On the third week is right when spring begins. I'll be doing a spring tune-up show. And I forget what I've got planned for the 4th week, but whatever. It's on my Facebook page. So if you go to, if you would like to like my Facebook page, just find me at Chris Cahill Psychic Every Day. That's 4 words. Chris Cahill Psychic Every Day is my Facebook page. You can also find me at my website. I have chriscahill.com and psychiceveryday.com. And I also have a beautiful free weekly newsletter. So sign up for my newsletter because you get good stuff. I'm going to start giving more rewards to my newsletter people. They're going to get stuff first and some free rewards. So check it out. And then here's the other thing. I have some specials happening in March. First of all, I have a psychic reading I created. It's a 60-minute clairvoyant reading just available through the end of this month called the Prosperity Reading. And I am working the vibration of prosperity through this month. And so this reading is all about that. It has to do with prosperity on every levels, and it's a specific kind of reading. You'll have time for questions. So if you're interested in that, go find it at right now it's on my website and my blog. You'll find it there. Now, to continue, I'm going to go back into the show and give another reading. Hi, you're live.
Hello, Chris.
Hi.
Gwen.
Gwen, nice to hear your voice. How are you?
Nice to hear yours as well.
Well, thank you.
What a wonderful topic today. I would like to make a comment if I could.
Yes, I'd love your comment.
Well, I agree with you that 2013 was a year of end of purge, and I did mine with your chakra readings. So
nice.
looking forward to the fourth.
Oh, yes. I know. And I kept promising you that would be done. And I tell you, it is going to be done so soon. I've just had so much stuff getting between me and recording, but that'll happen soon. And like actually the fourth and then the fifth, sixth, and seventh. So I look forward to having the whole set complete.
Me too.
But thank you.
Well, it helped me a lot. So thank you very much.
I'm so glad.
And I have gone through a lot. I believe I've moved a lot. I've changed a lot, but I feel like I've moved a mountain and only physically moved an inch.
Well, and that can happen, and it all starts with your spirit. Let's take a look. How do you feel? All right, good. And actually, it's very cool that you said it like that, too, because I have to tell you, my favorite yoga teacher, the one I've quoted a few times here, the Yogangsta, Liz McDonald herself, when she first took my classes with me a few years ago, she's been a yoga teacher for years, and she's learned how to heal her body and clear pain with yoga. And there were things, though, that she would realize that they wouldn't clear very well. And she said to me, after learning how to ground, after she took my Psychic Meditation 1 class and the Psychic Meditation 2 class, and then she took my energy healing classes. I was teaching those at the time. And she said, I cannot believe that I could ever move pain without moving an inch. And that was from working with the energy in those classes. So that's the thing. I'm working with energy. And you're leading me. I mean, I'm going to give you a reading now, but you're leading me into the next part of my topic tonight, which is how do you reset the energy? And you've brought it up as a great example, Gwen. So thanks.
Well, thank you.
Well, let me give you a quick little reading on where do I see you right now in present time with this vibration. And the picture I see is this is you, what I see you as a being doing. You've gotten so much more conscious within yourself about your intent. Like you've always had a good intent and focus, but sometimes your focus or your intent would get knocked off a bit by because there would be a lot of noise in your space or around you because you had so much other stuff in your space. And like anybody gets when they don't clear it out. And then you started releasing it and getting rid of it and letting go of stuff. And as you said, purging and all of that. And I just mean all the energy you were holding on to and starting to create new things. And I see this picture of you being in this place right now where you are, it's just you as the being calibrating like to the tiniest little hair of a degree. Because you're getting more specific. It's not a perfect picture. It looks like it has to do with specificity with energy, vibration. And there's you, the being, don't look like you're in a hurry about this one right now. It looks like it's more about keeping it in present time. And that's where a lot of your growth is happening because you are, you're doing new things in present time and you're working on new things. I know you've been studying to be a massage therapist and a healer and all these wonderful things that you wanted to do. And that's changing your vibration too. So I see that a lot of it is you as a being working at this vibration of kind of a stillness so that you can absorb what you're doing and what's happening. And it looks really good, but it looks like that part of it too is you, the being, you're communicating more with your body too than you used to. And when and it's not that it's perfect because, who is, but when you get off track, it looks like all you have to do is remember, I got to just come back to my body. And you're becoming quite a geek about the body too, like knowing where things are in the body. And that's great because that's helping you with yours. So what I see is there's a lot of calibrating to bring you together with yourself in present time. Looks good.
Thank you. Well, I chose a career field that I have to ground every day.
Right on. That was very smart of you.
That was purposeful.
Yep.
So thank you.
That was very wise. You're very welcome. Be welcome. Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too. Hello, everybody. I'm, as you can hear, doing a show all about a new vibration of energy. So as promised, I'm going to give you a few tips, a few ideas about how you can reset the energy, especially if you yourself are aware that you are in the middle of a transition and it kind of doesn't seem to end, does it? It keeps going. There's always like another challenge or another level of growth, or all of a sudden you wake up one day and go, wow, I'm really done with that old invalidation or that old junk I was holding on to. I don't need that anymore. I'm just going to leave it here. And it's kind of cool. A lot of people are doing that. And you might have gone through quite a lot to get to that place too. You've earned it. So anyway, resetting. Here's the first tip. Now, you've heard me say this one a lot, and there's a reason why. This is a wonderful way to reset your vibration. Forgive. Forgive whoever. Forgive the living. Forgive the dead. Forgive yourself. Forgive the whatever, anybody. Forgive the ones you don't know. Let it go. Drop it. Stop holding on to that old vibration. If you're holding on to an old hurt or an old pain or an old fear or an old shock or something, somebody who harmed you or hurt you or neglected you or wasn't there for you, it might be time to let it go. And you'll really free yourself. It'll really make it easier for you to kind of not use that anymore as what you might have not meant to use it as. So sort of an excuse, but you get to kind of move past it. It's a healing for you. It's not that you've been wrong. It's just that you get to heal on that level. And you don't have to hold on to it. All right, I have another caller. Hello, you're live. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi, who's here?
Hi, it's Linda.
Hello, Linda. Thanks for calling.
Oh.
Where are you calling from?
Venice.
Oh, well, nice to hear your voice. How's it going?
It's going actually great. And I love what you just said about forgiveness. And I love the reading.
Wonderful. Let's take a look at the new vibration I see you moving toward. Just where your growth period is on that. Let's see.
I'm sorry?
Just where you are growing with that right now.
Yeah.
And the picture I see with what you're doing right now with your new vibration, it looks like one of the things you're working on is there's something that's in the way. There's an energy I keep looking at. It's not your energy. It's not you doing something wrong, but it's almost like somebody else's concern or somebody else's need or demand or other energy that's kind of been between you and just kind of you stepping into some of the growth more comfortably. And it looks like you're not doing anything wrong. It just looks like this is part of the new growth. Part of the new growth for you and you moving into your new level is you saying hello to that stuff that's kind of been there your whole life or for a lot of your life. And you've cleared it out from time to time. Like you've moved some of it out of the way or stepped away from it or gotten it out of your way. But what I see is this present time thing. It's kind of coming up again for you to say, oh, there's really no call for that to be between me and myself anymore. It's just not important. It might be important to the person who is making a demand on me, but it's not important to my growth. It will just get between me and what I'm trying to do. And because when I see what your growth is, your growth has a lot less effort in it than sometimes it feels like. It just doesn't have to have effort. It's about you really reconnecting with your spirit. And that's what it looks like you are. When you do that, there's this beautiful lightness of being within yourself, kind of like a feeling of freedom. And this other energy in the way it looks male and it looks very not present time and kind of demanding. And when I see you,
and a tad patriarchal.
Oh yes, I was going to say dad.
How did I ever guess?
Yeah, it's a dad energy. And it's not dad being bad. It's just simply that control, but that programming, the agreement, all the rest of it. And you've been the good girl and you're having a hard time kind of letting go of that. Being the good girl and making your energy the more important energy. So it's okay to say hello to that energy. I mean, I even see this picture. It's not like you have to solve anything for the energy, but it looks like the energy in your space constantly is demanding you solve something. And you're getting your seniority in your female body with that male demand. And it would help you to have a little bit more amusement with it. You know what I mean? Like not take it so seriously. So it's not you being wrong. It just simply, it's hard when that stuff keeps showing up. And it's like, when is this going to go away? It's a great time now, just as you move forward, to really take care of yourself and really give to your body, give to your female body. Just give. That makes sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good next step. But that's what you're working on. And I it's nice to hear your voice, and I thank you for calling tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right. Be well.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. All righty. So Chris Cahill talking to you from Psychic Everyday Radio at skidrowstudios.com, real radio on the internet. And I'm in a show about new vibrations. Let's see, resetting. We're going to be resetting. How do you reset your vibration? How do you reset the energy? Now, if you've been listening to the show, you've been hearing different people and me giving readings to them about where they're growing and what they're, the challenges they're running into, or just different, for everybody it's different, and it will be different for you at different times in your life. Now, here's number two. So number one of my reset choice or suggestions is forgive, let it go. Number two, choose wisely. What vibration would you like to be running? What would you like to have within you? What kind of energy do you want to match at, or do you want to feel within you, or to have be part of your everyday life? Even if you don't see that you can have it at this point, choose it. What would you like instead of perhaps some of what you feel like you're running that you don't like? And then you can start to look and see, is anything in the way of that? Then reset number three goes along with this. If anything is in the way, if anything's in the way of you running the energy you want to run, ask yourself, do you have any control over it? Now, it's important to be able to know the difference between what is your problem and what isn't. What is like what you have control over, what you created as a problem. If you did not create a problem, you have no control over it ever. End of story. You cannot control it. You cannot fix it. You cannot heal it. But you can let it go. You can get your space with it. You can find your way to getting it out of your space. Because if you didn't create that problem, why are you carrying it around? You don't have to. And we all have, believe me. I've carried around plenty of problems that were not mine. Now, then continuing with number three, if you do have control over it, okay, go back to number one. Number one was forgive, let it go, get it out of your space, repeat. If you don't have control over it, it's time to surrender. Surrender it, release it, let it go. All right, I have another caller. Hello, you are live.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Preeti. How are you?
Preeti, nice to hear your voice. How are you? Are you the same Preeti who used to call me before?
Yeah, I met you one time.
Yes, I remember. Well, thank you for listening and for calling in. Do you have
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What do you see for me? Any change, new vibration, new energy around me?
Well, that's tonight's special, so let me get right into it for you, Preeti.
Sure, thank you.
The picture I see is the vibration that you are working on welcoming in and bringing into yourself is I see it as this color of this really beautiful, soft rose pink, kind of like the color of a rose quartz stone. It's that beautiful pink. And it's not that you're looking at, necessarily wearing the color or painting anything that color. It's more like a vibration of energy, but I see it as a soft female energy. But it's not a weak female energy. Soft and weak do not mean the same thing, and I think you know that. It's this gentleness or a softness, and I see that it also looks like it has to do with your affinity for yourself as a woman in this lifetime, and that this is one of the places that you're working on increasing or changing your vibration. Like one of the other ways I see this is this picture of you being able to let go of some of the old rules about how you're supposed to like yourself or love yourself as a woman in this lifetime. And that is a deep unconsciousness of whether or not there's permission to do that. And a lot of women are working on this right now, by the way. And I see that this is a big place that a new vibration that you're working on is is like in action right now. It's like it's actually in process right now. You're already doing it. And one of the things I see that really helps is something I actually said to my last caller too, which is it's a beautiful time to be giving to your female body. You know, to letting your body be a body, letting your body be just as it is, you know, without having to improve it or, you know, criticize it or worry about it or any of that. It's more of a being friendly and being on good, friendly terms with your body. And there's a consciousness about where you're working as a woman in present time with this vibration. And that's what I see. That's like one of the places, because you have a number of different things, but this is the one that really pops up right now. So that's what I see, Priti.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Thank you, Chris.
Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay, everyone. I'm continuing with how do you reset your vibration when you would like to do that? So we've gone into the first three, and number 4, as I mentioned earlier with one of my callers, if you are wanting to change your vibration and really get some good information on doing that, get some tools. Start to work with some tools. If you find you're sitting in the same kind of energy day in and day out, or you know when you hit a certain energy and you just feel it and you're like, I'm tired, or I'm, you know, there's an invalidation, or I just don't have any energy to get this thing done I want to, or there's an apathy, or there's just like not a good feeling, or it's really hard to concentrate, or you can't create the new thing, or whatever it is. It's not that there's anything wrong with your energy. There isn't. It's just that you have other energies kind of hanging out inside of you that are making it difficult for you, that are getting in your way. So start to get some tools. Learn to meditate. You know, go to a yoga class, go for walks, get out in nature. When I say tools, though, I'm really specifically talking of things like a grounding cord, learning how to ground your body, learning how to work with energy, learning different techniques for having an awareness of your energy, what is yours and what is not yours. And so there's a couple tools. There's a lot of tools on my websites. I have a storefront on my blog, Psychic Everyday, and also my website, chriscahill.com. And you can go to the storefront and there's a free section, and I have always a couple of free meditations offered every month. And one of them is grounding yourself. And then this month, the March free meditation is called The Art of Listening. And it's available to you free to download through the end of the month. I also teach classes, and there's one called Psychic Meditation that is a brilliant 6-week class all about energy, working with energy, manifesting with energy, protecting yourself, and healing yourself with energy. So if you're interested in taking a nice, big, yummy step, you know, talk to me about that class. But it's on my site. You can go look at it and read about it. Now I have another caller. Hello there.
Hi.
You're live. Who's this?
This is Yo Gangsta.
What, Yo Gangsta? I mentioned you earlier.
I know. I thought it was meant to be. I was like, should I call in or not? And then I heard my shout out, and I was like, I think that's an omen.
You got set up, woman. So I'm glad you called in, and you never call in, but I know you listen. So I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
What's happening?
You know, speaking of vibrations, it feels like I have a cell phone in my pelvis. Like, female area grounding things.
My goodness. That might be like a biggie to work on, but what I'm going to do is take a look at where I see you changing your vibration, because that's my specialty tonight, kind of like what it looks like in terms of the changing of the vibration. But what's funny is that when you said the picture, or when you said the word cell phone in your pelvis, what I keep seeing is somebody keeps calling your uterus. So I know that may not feel funny, but it's a funny picture, and I knew you'd like it. But it's kind of like almost like somebody keeps calling your female space and saying, hello, is anybody home? Can I come in? And it's not an energy you asked to call you there. You know, it's kind of like it's just a very interesting thing. But and we can go into this, you and I, more at some time if you need to go into it. But what I'm going to do is go in and look at the energy you're resetting that space for, to kind of, you know, because it looks to me like you can pull some cords, and you have tools. You can do all that, and you can start to clear out some cords and find a little bit of amusement with that attention point that's coming in. But what I see with the new vibration that you're working on in present time, the picture I see is this, that you've had, oh, this is so good. You've had this load of hay delivered to your yoga studio, only it's all made of gold. It's, hay, it's straw. It's like a bale of straw. But as you open it up and you're pulling out the different, how straw is, different strands of straw, but it's all gold. It's like the gold you painted the studio. It's this really beautiful burnished gold. And there's something special about this energy. It's like having gold delivered to your studio. And it's something that you have available to kind of like straw. You buy straw to go put in your garden, your farm, or to feed horses or do whatever. This is not about that. This is more about you being able to kind of have this around or spread this around in your home, in your studio, just like in your life. It's more about in your life. Let me just go into that a little bit more because there's something really unique about it. I actually see that there's wealth or there's riches in that straw. There's something about the vibration of bringing in much more of a level of like I was talking about earlier, a level of prosperity, a level of feeling wealthy that you're bringing in right now. There's just a different attitude, a different energy, and it's what you've been working on for a while. And even if you don't always feel it, or it's not showing in the numbers, that's the energy, like the vibration you're changing or you're shifting to. And it looks pretty cool.
I know what that is, Chris. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Right on, Liz.
I will be calling you for reading as well.
Let's do it. Definitely.
Okay.
Let me know. But thanks for listening and for calling. Good to hear your voice tonight.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye. Hey, everybody. We are coming to the end of another week's show. It always goes by so fast. And I've been talking about new vibrations and giving you lots of ideas about how to work with those or just a validation. Sometimes it really just helps to have validation that things are changing and you are changing. And even if you feel sometimes like you've been sitting in something for a while, sometimes sitting in something for a whole day can feel like an eternity. If you just have one of those days where it's just nothing goes right and you feel like, oh my God, and you're stuck and it's painful and it can feel like it's a lot longer than a day. And then those days where things are moving it beautifully and vibrating in a gorgeous way and it's lovely. Those days don't seem to last long enough. It's just very funny how we do that. We really drag out the days that are tough and we kind of, the other ones move so fast because they flow. And the difference between those two vibrations is one is effort. The days that you're dragging, you're in a lot of effort. And the days that you're flowing, you're not in effort. You're just being. So one more suggestion I would say is with working with the new vibration, and you heard me read this for one of the people who called tonight, being in the present moment, and that's just taking the time, giving yourself a little present moment break, i.e., otherwise known as meditation. Getting in the present moment helps you really get out of the effort. And it actually helps you get a perspective on what it is that's happening around you. And especially if you have those days that just seem nonstop, where you are busy. If you can step away from all distractions, everybody's demands, all the stuff happening around you, even for a couple of minutes, just to close your eyes and breathe and ground and release and let it go and say hello to your body, you're going to be doing really good. And if you can do that for longer, if you can do that every day for 10 minutes, half an hour, I do it for an hour a day usually, and it just depends. And I really feel the difference between days I do it and days I don't. And you really do change your vibration by you getting into your body and consciously deciding to change your vibration. It happens. And it's not that there was anything wrong to begin with. It's just that there is a consciousness about how do I clear this? How do I grow? How do I create something new? It's up to you. You really do have the power to do that. Thank you so much. I am signing off. And I want to thank Skidrow Studios. Thank you, Mindy. And thank you, everybody who is part of this wonderful studio. I'm looking forward to seeing you back here again next week. And a couple things. I also have a little support button on my website. You can support my show. If you go to psychiceveryday.com and you like my show and you get a lot out of listening to this, tip me. I have a little tip jar called the PayPal button, and you can tip whatever amount you like. But that would be appreciated. And if you do that, you'll be supporting this weekly show. So that's definitely a big thank you. But thank you so much. I adore talking to all of you and talking at you, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.